So this next guy, very funny guy, he recently, I guess it wasn't recently, but I'm very jealous. He went up to Bridgeport Comedy Festival and a couple of buddies and him went in a car together. And if there's anybody I want to be in a car with for 16 hours, it's this guy, because he's very smart, he's very funny. Put your hands together for Robert Yasumura, everybody. Robert.
Nicholas Rutherford, everybody. Paul Danke before that. Thanks for reminding me of Bridgetown. That was I became the father in that situation, by the way, because I was driving, and I'm driving with people, and I had to say to like 2 comedians on more than one occasion, "No, you can't smoke pot in my car." Like several times did that happen. By the way, Paul Danke was mentioning that he's never seen his father cry. My father is a very stoic Asian guy. I've never seen him express emotion. Period. And by the way, I was raised by this man, like, pretty much alone, and that has served me incredibly well in stand-up, because when a joke doesn't go well and things get awkward, it is like coming home. It is a delight, people. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Robert Yasumura, or as my niece and nephews have taken to calling me, Uncle Angry. I'm having a weird day. I'm not gonna lie. I was having a physical today, and during the prostate portion of the exam, the guy leaned in very, like, strangely close, and he just whispered in my ear, "I'm not a doctor." So happy holidays to everybody. Merry Christmas. What have you? I gotta tell you, people. The holidays have been consistently better since Mom died. Turns out she was the problem in the room. She was killing Christmas. I'm not making that up. So this past fall, I spread my mom's ashes, largely just to declutter, because I got the new Lightning Thief series of books, and I really needed a place on the shelf for them. So, I went to spread her ashes, and I'm not making this up. Like, I went to spread her ashes, and I was in Massachusetts, and I was like, well, I'm going to spread her ashes. Maybe I should get a Bible out. You know, maybe, I don't know. And I realized I didn't have one in the house, but I had a joy of cooking. So I sent my mom into the afterlife while solemnly reciting a very nice casserole recipe. And I think she would have appreciated that. It was strange. My mom, I spread her ashes in Cape Cod, and that was per her wishes. I had a conversation with her a couple of years before she died. And when she was like, I want my ashes spread in the woods of Cape Cod. And I was like, really? Really, Mom? You want that? You for whom, like, going through the East Village of Manhattan without booze is roughing it? In death, you're Sacagawea? All right. Sure. We'll roll with that. Made me think about where I want my ashes spread, and I've come to the conclusion I would like my ashes spread in a warm, well-lit room with a TV on. So, it is a season for giving. I give to charity. I hope everybody else does. I will tell you this, though. If you give to charity, that's an exception to the no-call list at home. If you don't know that, like, they'll call you. Like, if you give to charity, they'll call you anyway, even if you're on the no-call list. And I get called all the time now, to the point where I'm afraid of answering my home phone. So the irony here is that I am being made to feel like a prisoner in my own house by Amnesty International. And here's, by the way, here's something that they do now. Well, I guess they've always done it, but they give you, charities will send you gifts, like small gifts, like they'll send you like mailing labels for yourself that say like your name and your address and like little teddy bears and shit like that. Or they've sent me pot holders or refrigerator magnets. And I know that what they want is donations, but what I like to do is send them gifts in return. Like, I just sent the World Wildlife Foundation a picture frame made out of popsicle sticks. And I think they really appreciated it. I just sent the Southern Poverty Law Center a World's Greatest Dad mug. I made it color me mine. By the way, speaking of Southern Poverty Law Center, I want to... Look, the history of black people in this country is horrible, okay? It is slavery, oppression, just terrible. And we should honor that on a regular fucking basis, okay? That being said, does anybody in this room know anybody who observes Kwanzaa? No, you don't! Okay? Again, I am not a black person. I am not in a position to call bullshit on this. But I think it might be bullshit. I think that is a master's thesis that went horribly awry. When you've got less people observing your holiday than Quilting Awareness Month, maybe it's time to call it. You know what I'm saying? By the way, so I was driving here today, and I got caught behind a van that said adult daycare on it. And I was like, well, how does that work? Is it like she holds the baby and jerks me off? Like, what makes it adult daycare? I have mixed feelings about the adult entertainment industry. I don't go to strip clubs very often. When I do, I go to full nude strip clubs where they don't wear G-strings or anything. Mainly because if you do that, sometimes the girl will show you her rectum. And then make it wink. And I don't find that arousing, but you know, I like anatomy. I'm interested. I want to see what she's... By the way, if you guys are going home from the holidays, you're going to take a lot of shit from people for living in LA. I do. People are like, you live in LA, isn't that place culturally bankrupt? Isn't it awful? Isn't it fake? And I'm like, yeah, sure, all right. Probably die blithering idiot. But I'm going to die wearing a cotton t-shirt is what I'm going to do. Die comfortable. I like it. I like that it's a little cold because I get to buy new clothes. Everything I'm wearing is from the Brooks Brothers Boys Department. That is kind of emasculating, but I gotta tell you, it's hard to feel bad about that when you look like mommy's handsome prince. I really do dress like this. It's not for effect. I mean, like if I ever end up in prison, like I'm not that smart a dude, but if I ever end up in prison, my nickname's gonna be the Professor. As in, hey Professor, Ray get raped in that smart mouth of yours? So I'll leave you on this. This is a true story. I'm not kidding, I dress like this. And by the way, am I the only person, like when I'm buying pants, I always go, can I do karate in these pants? I don't know why, I still, like if I have to, can I? But anyway, so I took a pair of pants to my tailor. I have a tailor, should tell you something. And my tailor doesn't speak very good English, he's Korean. He speaks terrible English. And he was like, we were just filling out the paperwork and he's like, you dress very nicely. And I was like, oh, thanks. And he's like, you don't dress like other people your age. And I was like, no, I suppose I don't. Again, terrible, terrible English. And he said, are you a magician? All right, good enough, good night.